Hello, and welcome back to Bible Wits Bible Corner. So today we are going to finish Joshua. I'm not going to necessarily read a passage, I'm just going to summarize the rest of chapter 22. I left off, I did the first 9 verses in the last video of Joshua I did. So I'm going to finish starting in basically verse 10, going to the end of 24 as a summary. So with this passage here, we see that we've got the 3 tribes going back across the Jordan River to their home. And on their way there, they build an altar. Well, the other tribes get upset. They think that this is against God. So there is literally about to be a civil war amongst the Israelites. Well, there's some conversation happening, some talking going on, and they find out, hey, no, we didn't do this to worship here. We did this so that our children and grandchildren and your children and grandchildren will know that we are still a family. We still want to come across the river to go and worship God where God has chosen. So we've got that to finish off 22. Then 23 and 24, Joshua speaks. He flat says, hey, I'm about to die. I'm an old man at this point. Remember why you were here. Remember the promise that God gave to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob. And we are living that promise right now. Now, if you don't remember it, if you go against it and start living the way the surrounding countries live, God's not going to help you whenever these countries come and take over. You're going to be on your own. However, if you choose to serve God, if you choose to follow God, He will always be with you. And that's pretty much the summary of the rest of Joshua there. And then as we look at Judges, I don't know if that's going to be the next book I do or not, but as we look at Judges, we see that there's a time when the Israelites did great, but then they started to fall away, so judges were selected to help them come back to God. Correlation to today on all of this. Well, are we remembering the sacrifice that Jesus made so that we could have a personal relationship with God? Or are we wanting to cross a river, so to speak, and do what our neighbors are doing if our neighbors are not following God? Are we staying true to God and trying to bring our neighbors to Him? So that's the correlation that I have come up with on this. Ultimately, though, one of my favorite passages in Joshua is Joshua 24:15, and I'm going to summarize it here. Choose this day whom you will serve, be it the gods of the Amorites and all of those people that we basically drove out of this land, or choose to serve the one and true God Almighty. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. So that's the Joshua paraphrase. And that is one of my favorite verses in the entire Bible, because it flat says there is no gray area. We either serve God or we serve anything but God. There is no in between where we can serve both God and these other things. So anyway, I hope you find encouragement in this, and I hope you have a wonderful, God-centered day. Bye.